Hello, my name is Tomas Debroyer. I'm a project manager at EDF Luminous. I followed the trainer-trainer session given by Said Melouli, and I found the training very inspiring. It gives a good mix between the theory and practice. And on theory, he explains in general how communication works, and more in the importance for the trainer when he's for an audience, how you can interact with those people, how you can also improve your presentation, and that can be done by not only focusing on the content, but mainly on everything what's beside the content. So the environment you're on. How do you want to sell your content, because that's important, that other people are involved, and how do you want to implicate all the other people in the audience, and not only focus on 1, 2, 3 persons, but to know that everybody is involved in your presentation. He also gave a theory of a good explanation how certain people are reacting in a certain situation and what are their drivers in order to know how those people react and how we can respond to that one. The practice that was in the training was very good. There were some funny exercises to explain the theory and that you can better later remember what was the theory about. And of course the presentations that we needed to give were very practical. I followed the training on communication skills before, and in fact there was also a video recorder. It was useful, but in this trainer session, it's more important that you give the training, you give the presentation, and afterwards you get the feedback from the people. And that's something that gives an extra surplus on this training. The feedback that was given was very honest from the people, from the audience that was there. And that was a contribution of Said to know for sure how this dynamic in this group was created. I'll come back to that later on in my explanation. What did it teach to me? What did it teach to me? I learned a lot about myself, and that's strange when you go to a training. You think of knowing how to give a presentation, how to give a training, but no, in fact it was to get to know myself and how I can give impressions to the others, and that's something that's very valuable. During the training also you get to know how other people react and what are their drivers, and because of that fact of knowing what impression I give to other people, how other people react, I found more self-confidence in myself when I got out of this training session. And that's something that's very strange, just going to a training. What I found very interesting in the training also was to get to know the people who are involved in the training. Some of them I already knew before better, some less, but we created a certain group dynamic, and we had a good interaction, interconnection with all the participants. In such a short time, it was a training of 4 days, and that gave a special moment, a special interconnection with all these people. what I found very good in the trainer of Said, he was able to create this atmosphere in the group. He made it possible to give permissions, that we could give permissions to others, that we give feedback on the content, on the training, on the presentation that were given by the others. Even more in general, on the person itself, we could give feedback positive, we could give feedback some improvement points, and that's something that's very valuable. And it's not easy for a trainer to create this sort of protection within a group in only 4 days. So that was something very special for me to experience from that training. What was special for me also is I followed the training in French. As I explained all in French. I'm Dutch speaking as a mother tongue, but I could easily follow. My French is good, but even so, for me it was important to say that Said explained it very fluently and clearly what it was all about. He could also easily change his agenda. We started the training with a certain schema of what we were going to be explained, but Said could change during the day the agenda and switch from one to another point, and that was something that I found very interactive, and as a trainer not evident to change what are you talking about. We also could question on the training, on the aspects of the content, and he always let some self-reflection into that. He first asked to the group, what do you think, how can you solve, and then he gave his opinion or his experience about that topic, and that's something which makes this training very interactive. And also the fact that okay, the training was organized during the weekend. We needed to give up some leisure time, all the group, and in the beginning it seemed not easy, 4 days in the weekend, but in fact I never regret the fact that I had taken this time to follow this training. And it's something everybody is fully aware of it, that this training was very valuable. The rest of the group came as me, always with full enthusiasm, and I think that's something that also Said encourages also. Are there certain aspects I use already from the training? Yes, certainly. There are some technical aspects we learned during the training. As to give a presentation, you need to give the context, you need to know how to sell your presentation, know how to implicate other people, and that's something I try to my best when I give other presentations, to be sure that not only the content is explained, but also the way how other people are listening to you and are involved in this. I also want further to improve myself in knowing the drivers of the other people. That's something that's not easy for me, but it's one point I want to investigate further on, and to be sure that I respond to other people in a way that we can have a better communication with all the involved people. To which people do I recommend this training? I think to all the people, everyone who is open to receive and to give feedback to others. It's very valuable that you give feedback in an open way, in a way that you feel protected within the group, and people who want to grow in this and grow in making a better communication, a better connection with other people, that's something that you can always want to improve. Improve the relationship with others, whether is it work related or even in private context. I think this training is valuable for everyone. Thank you.